So the inflation indicator as well for January, hopefully that will have peaked in December.
Hopefully. Reserve Bank obviously wants to see inflation coming down because that's why they've been lifting interest rates so aggressively. But also, you know, the average Australian, we all want to see prices lower in supermarkets, prices lower for things like petrol. So hopefully we're going to start to see that coming through in the January inflation indicator from the Bureau of Statistics. It's not a super accurate reading of inflation. They only look at about 60 to 70% of the quarterly consumer price index. So there are some big rises and falls in prices which are excluded from the monthly inflation indicator, because they don't get this data every month. Some things only come out each quarter. So for the month of December, the inflation indicator said inflation in Australia was at 8.4%. The expectation today is we'll see it at 8.1%. So we should start to hopefully see inflation cooling down throughout the course of this year.
It's stubbornly high, isn't it, Ed? We've seen, you know, rate rises ever since, what was it, May of last year, and inflation is not coming down in any significant way, is it?
It's not. That's been a big problem that not only our economy's been dealing with, but a lot of other major economies around the world. Inflation, they say it's been sticky. It's been hanging around too long, and it looks like it's going to be hanging around for quite a bit longer. So the Reserve Bank's aggressively lifted rates. We know the rates are going to continue to go higher. The market is now pricing in cash rate in Australia to peak at 4.4%. So that is substantially higher than the 3.35 where it is today. So we could see another more than a percentage point increase in our cash rate to try and bring inflation down. Look, we've heard from the big supermarket chains last week because they've reported their profit results, and they said some items are starting to come down in price, particularly in the fresh food sector, but a lot of other things are either staying at the same cost or slightly rising. So inflation, unfortunately, it's still sticking around too long, Laura.
Awesome. Ed, thanks so much. We'll see you soon.